Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football, a Love Story, and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Before we get to the report, if you like our style of video and analysis, feel free to show support for Football Game Plan by dropping by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan and leaving a little something in the tip jar. Every little bit helps us as we continue to improve the quality of our videos and the coverage we enjoy bringing you guys each and every time we put out a project. Thank you again for your support. Landon Turner out of North Carolina is our #1 rated offensive guard in this year's draft class. He shows really good control in both the running game and also in the passing game and gets good enough movement on pulls and traps. Now, he can be a little aggressive, which can create whiffs, and also his hands get outside at times, which causes him to reach. But I like his punch. He's very strong at the point of attack and also above average in the pass pro department. I believe his game compares favorably to Kelechi Osemele of the Oakland Raiders. I'm a big fan of Christian Westerman's game out of Arizona State. He reminds me a lot of Shaq Mason of the New England Patriots. Outstanding athleticism, probably the best athlete in this year's guard class. He has elite level movement skills. His feet are constantly moving. He does a solid job of attacking half a man and getting the defender out of the way, and good overall skills in the pass pro department, but he has to get stronger, and if his hands aren't inside upon contact, defenders tend to slip his blocks, which is why I believe he has to get a little bit more stronger as he moves forward, but definitely worthy of a second-round grade. Joshua Garnett out of Stanford has really good athleticism. He gets out and around on pulls, leads, and traps with ease. His hand placement is above average and shows good ability to reset both his feet and his hands, and he can struggle to redirect defenders that are stronger than him, so he definitely has to improve his strength as he moves forward. But in pass protection, I do believe he's an A+ player and reminds me a lot of John Urschel of the Baltimore Ravens. CODY Whitehair out of Kansas State can play guard or tackle. He has great core strength. This is a guy that anchors extremely well. He has a strong punch that allows him to gain control of the defender and mirrors very well in pass protection, and also is very good in confined spots. But he's better inside, I believe, because he's not sudden enough to cut off angles versus speed rushers, and his feet can't stop on contact, which can have him walk back into the quarterback. But overall, solid prospect that gives your offense a lot of versatility because he can play both guard and tackle spots. While I was watching VADAL Alexander out of LSU compete on film, I thought I was looking at a John Jerry clone. He delivers a powerful blow upon contact. I think it's Riddick Bowe-like how he stuns the defender at the line of scrimmage. He has good ball get off, and he climbs to the second level extremely well, but he has to improve his down-to-down consistency from a hand placement, footwork, and effort standpoint. He doesn't always finish blocks, and he finds himself on the ground a lot. I think that's something overall he's going to have to become a little bit more consistent, which is why I graded him out as a third-round prospect. He is okay in pass protection, so I do think he does well on both ends of offense. I thought Joe Dahl out of Washington State had a very good week of practice at the Senior Bowl this year. Great on reach and position blocks. He has a patient punch, and he's accurate each and every time versus defenders, and is able to wall off and pin very well. Now, he has to anchor better. He can get walked back into the quarterback. I also believe he's just okay in climbing to the second level, but I do think you can trust him at tackle, and he's a very good guard prospect as well. Like I said before, anytime you have that versatility is exactly what you want from an offensive lineman. Ted KARRAS out of Illinois is coming off an outstanding week of practice at the East-West Shrine game this year. He has above-average mirroring skills, solid in the pass protection department, and attacks half a man and is able to wash the guy out of the way and is always looking for work. You want your offensive lineman to consistently find someone to get out of the paint. Now, he must get stronger. He struggles to redirect and doesn't get a ton of movement in the running game. But again, very good Shrine game. One-on-one in pass pro, he did well. I think he's an ideal left guard at the next level. You have to like the enthusiasm of Sebastian TRETOLA out of Arkansas when you watch him on film. Graded out as a 4th-round prospect. He's good on the move. He has the strength to move defenders on base blocks, seal and pin blocks, as well as washing guys out of the way. And he's always looking for work, and we already talked about how important that is. Now, his aggressiveness can get him off balance, and he'll whiff badly, so he has to be a little bit more under control in that capacity, and his feet need a lot of polish. His footwork needs polish, but I do like the competitive passion. Again, a guy that graded out as a 4th-round prospect. Garrick Mayweather put together an impressive 4-year career for the Fordham Rams. He has very good point of attack strength. He always finishes his blocks and has above average skills in the pass protection department. Now, he has marginal quickness and can be late to get out and around on pulls. I think his footwork has to be a little bit more consistent from down to down, but you love his attitude. You love the way he always finds work, which is why he graded out as a 5th-round prospect and in our offensive guard rankings. It seems like Spencer DRANGO has been at Baylor for 17 years, but this is a very good football player, good strength and anchoring, and also the ability to absorb, which is key for an offensive lineman. He can wash, gain control in the running game, does a great job overall in that capacity, but he's inconsistent with his footwork, and that causes him to reach and lunge, and I think he's better inside as opposed to playing tackle. He has to get better in redirecting guys, but he fights hard to keep his hands where they need to be, and he also does a great job, like I said before, in the running game. So you can put him out as an offensive tackle in certain situations, maybe a right tackle, but I think he'll have a long career inside at right guard. Connor McGovern out of Missouri reminds me a lot of J.R. Sweezy of the Seattle Seahawks. He's very good in the phone booth. He has excellent functional strength, which allows him to be a very good base blocker both in the running game and also in pass protection, but he has marginal athleticism. He doesn't do a great job of extending and playing with length, and I also think he struggles to recover. If he can improve on those things as he moves forward, the sky is the limit. TEOFILO of Arizona State is another outstanding Sun Devil offensive lineman. Big fan of his footwork on zone runs. He shows the ability to run his feet on base blocks, and he plays the piano very well, which means he passes guys off in pass protection, but he struggles with anchoring and redirecting defenders. His hand placement can be a little bit inconsistent. It gets outside at times, but he is coming off a very good East-West Shrine game week where he was one of the best offensive linemen in attendance. And rounding out our top guard prospects in this year's draft class is Denver Kirkland out of Arkansas, who plays a lot like Johnny Troutman of the San Diego Chargers. He graded out as a 6th-round prospect to me. He has a strong punch. He's able to effectively slide and mirror in pass protection. I like the way he fires off the football and does a great job in executing down blocks very well, but his pad level needs a lot of work. He's not overly quick or sudden, and he has to be a little bit more consistent at finishing his blocks. If he can do those things, he can definitely make gains as he moves forward. I think when you look at he and TRETOLA, 2 guys that have a lot of rawness in what they bring to the table, but they can make those improvements as they make the jump to the NFL.